All right, I hope this is better. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. This is Romacio Fulcher, the California Kid, right here calling in from the West Coast, guys. It's a little after 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. If you're calling in from the Central, it's 11 a.m. if you're calling in from the East Coast, and God knows only what time it is if you're calling from the overseas. Well, listen, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. I've had a couple of messages just minutes ago that you couldn't hear me. So give me a thumbs up, guys, if I'm coming through A-OK. I want to know that you can hear me as we're getting started here. All right. All right, we're just going to wait a few minutes here just so that we can go ahead and get started, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm glad you can hear me now. I'm glad you can hear me. All right, awesome. Good to see you, Melissa. Good to see you. Now go ahead and tell Bob, tell Pam, tell Tamara, tell Kathy, tell Becky. Go ahead, tell all your friends we're here. Let them know. We told you we'd be here 4 days a week, 8 a.m. I'm here. I'm here. All right, guys. Oh, I see you, Danielle, all the way down from the down under. What's up, my sister? All right, guys. Oh, we brought the rain. I see the rain is in the building. I see the rain. The rain is coming. Ashley, what's up? All right, guys. We've got some good stuff here for you this morning, guys. Again, this is the California Kid, calling in from the West Coast, guys. Glad to be here with you. Up early, 8 a.m. in the morning. Up early in the morning. Yes, sir. All right, guys, 60-second countdown, and we're going to go ahead and dive on in. Again, just want to go ahead and put a special note on your calendar. 4 days a week, 4 days a week, 4 days a week, right here on this station. I'll be here with you at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you might want to adjust your calendar so that you can be present, because I promise you I'm going to actually be taking you from cradle to grave in terms of, how to do this industry, and right now, yesterday we were talking and we covered the topic of problems. When people say they have problems, we covered that topic, and yesterday's message was intended for, people that are financially challenged right now, people that just don't have any money, people that are struggling. So we covered that. We told you yesterday that today we would be talking about people that are comfortable. When people say, "Oh, I'm comfortable. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm comfortable." So that's today's topic that we're going to cover today. And then tomorrow I'll actually be coming to you guys again on Saturday, and we'll be covering the topic of, people who are rich. Okay? So right now I'm just kind of taking you through the three different types of people. Again, people that are broke, people that are comfortable, and then tomorrow we'll be covering people that are rich. So what I want you to do is go ahead and spread the word, guys. Let your friends know. We'll be right here, 8 a.m. sharp. Maybe 8 a.m., 8:03, something like that. 4 days a week, okay? All right, guys. Well, listen. All right. We're going to go ahead and jump on in, baby. We're going to jump on in this morning here. All right. All right, guys. I'm just getting myself situated here. Just now pulling up at the beautiful barber shop. That's right. So we can get rid of Mr. Scruffy here, and we can bring back Mr. 007 Smooth. All right. All right, guys. Well, listen, let's go ahead and kick this thing on off. All right. First of all, for the people that say that they're comfortable, okay, let me explain to you why, I know what that's like, because I was in that group 10 years ago when I got started in this industry. I was one of the guys that, that was, I was making a lot of money, when I started this industry, I was a multimillionaire, from my traditional business in the mortgage and real estate. So I know what it's like to have the perception of, I don't need this. I'm bigger than this. To be honest with you, I actually thought that this industry was for only broke people, people that were struggling, people that didn't have any money. That's truly what I thought, 10 years ago. And I want to share with you what I've truly learned. When people that feel like they're comfortable, one of the things that I want to point out to all of you guys first is, if you can, you might want to grab a pen and paper and just kind of jot this down. You'll find it to be very, very valuable. In this world, only 5% of the people make above $100,000 or more. In this world, only 5% of all the people make over $100,000 or more. And so what I want to do this morning is I just want to give you an illustration of what $100,000 looks like, so that you can see that oftentimes when people think that they're comfortable, it's really an illusion. It's really not the case, although they think they're comfortable. But it's not until you're able to speak their language that they will begin to open up to you and realize, oh, you know what? I do need to have at least a secondary stream of income. I do need to maybe take a look at what you're talking about. You see, the wealthiest people in the world, they all have multiple streams of income. So when somebody tells you that they're financially comfortable, let me share with you this example. Go ahead and write the number $100,000. Write that down on a piece of paper or something. Okay? Write that down. You got it? All right. Now, $100,000, okay, is approximately about $8,000 per month. Okay? 8 times 12 is, it's about 98,000. So actually it's a little bit more than 100,000. But $100,000 is about $8,000 per month gross. Okay? Now, obviously we have something called taxes. Once you subtract the taxes, it's typically about $5,000. It's about $3,000 that you're going to subtract. So $100,000 is the gross. The taxes on that is about $3,000 that you're going to subtract. Okay? So you got 8,000 gross minus the taxes, which is 3,000. That leaves you with a $5,000 net income. $5,000 net income. So $5,000 net income, typically most people get paid every 2 weeks. So if you divide 5,000 by 2, that's $2,500 every 2 weeks that you get in your bank account. $2,500 every 2 weeks that you receive in your bank account. Now, let's suppose that you're a single person and you live, in a home or an apartment, or you pay rent or whatever. Subtract your rent, subtract your car, subtract your bills, subtract. And ladies and gentlemen, you don't have very much left at all. You don't have very much left at all. Now, let's suppose that you're married, and you've got basically $5,000 net income. Now subtract all of your bills and your expenses and everything, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That even at $100,000 per year of income, you're virtually broke. You're virtually broke. You maybe have just enough for maybe a hot dog. I mean, I'm kind of being facetious, but get the message of what I'm saying. Okay, so and that's if you make $100,000, guys. Only 5% of the people in the world make over $100,000. So what that teaches you or tells you is that the vast majority of people, they are hurting financially. 90 95% of people anywhere you look in the country, absolutely they could use more income. Absolutely they could use more time freedom. Okay. And so I want to first of all get you to understand that when people say I'm comfortable, okay, it's just a way of just saying that to make you leave them alone. Or it's just a way of saying that because they don't want to appear like they're starving or they're desperate in need of more money. It's more of a big ego play when people say, I'm comfortable. And sometimes they drive a nice car. Sometimes they live in a nice home. Okay. But I just gave you the real numbers. Even if they made $100,000 gross income, that's only $5,000 a month of net income once you subtract the taxes, which basically that's no money at all. Okay, so what you want to do is you first of all want to know the math. And I know not all of you are math people, but I just gave it to you. And next time somebody says, oh yeah, I make about 100 grand, I want you to think in your mind, wow, okay, that's $5,000 a month net. That's $2,500 a week that they have to, to pay their bills and to live. Wow. Okay. So the vast majority of people, guys, they are hurting financially. Okay. You must understand that. Now, the second thing I want to point out to you when somebody says that I'm comfortable, okay, I want you to know that even if, they make a little bit of money, okay, I want you to know that one of the things that comfortable people struggle with is that they don't have time freedom. As you get older in life, the one thing you all are going to realize is time is your most valuable asset. It's the most valuable thing that you possess because you don't get time back. You can make money, lose money, but you don't get time back. And so one of the things that successful people always value is they value their time. Okay. And so when people tell you, I'm comfortable, I'm comfortable. So one of the things you really want to point out to them is maybe they do have a little bit of money. And I want to emphasize the word little because I just told you 95% of the people are hurting. All right. But one of the things that they probably lack, and this is almost 10 out of 10 times, is they lack having time freedom. And the reason why they don't have any time freedom is because oftentimes whatever they're doing to make money, they don't have any leverage. In other words, they're the ones that are having to do everything to actually make the money that they are making. In other words, if they don't go to work, they don't get paid. If they don't sell something, if they're a business person, then they don't make any money. So most people don't have any money and they don't have any time freedom. That's where most people live. Some people, they've got a little bit of money, but they don't have any time freedom. One of the beautiful things about network marketing, and this is what drew me into the industry. This is what got me. I was rich before I got started. And I don't say that to brag to anyone. I'm just telling the truth. But I was rich, but one of the things that I was very time poor. That's my story. I had some money, but I didn't have any time. I didn't have any time. I had a couple mortgage and real estate offices and literally, I had a few people, and I mean literally a few people that worked for me in the mortgage and real estate office back then. And one of the things that I was attracted to was the fact that this industry could give me additional cash flow. It can give me additional cash flow on a passive residual basis. Okay. And the second thing I was really drawn to is that it can give me my time back because I could get paid off of the efforts of other people. And there was no limit to the income that other people could make. So it was really a true, real, it was a true, real leverage situation. I had real leverage when I got started in this industry and I began to empower other people how to make money and so forth. And so the thing that really got me, and I'm trying to help you so that as you present and you talk to people that are, quote unquote, comfortable, okay? I want you to know how to speak our language. The language that we're really struggling with is we're looking for more time freedom. We want our time back. Certainly, we would love to make more money, but it's the question is, well, what do I have to do to make that more money? You know, how much more time is that going to take? Because I'm already time poor as it is right now. Okay, this is what they're thinking. And so when they're telling you that they don't have any time, I want you to think in your mind, the reason why they don't have any time is they don't have any leverage. They don't have any leverage. One of the things that I want to also encourage you to say to a person when they tell you they don't have any time, I want to help you know how to break through that. Let's use the name Bob, for example. Bob says, you know, man, hey, this sounds great, but you know, man, I don't have any time. I'm just so busy right now. Okay. Bob, listen, I know that you may be time poor right now. You don't have any time. But I want to ask you a question, Bob. Imagine this. You have contacts. In other words, Bob, you know people that I don't know. And Bob, I have the time that you don't have. Okay? What if we took your contacts and we took my time and we married the two together? Can you then see yourself making some additional income? Let me say that again. Bob, I know that you don't have any time, but you have contacts. In other words, Bob, you know people that I don't know, right? Bob says yes. And then Bob, I have time. I have time that you don't have. What if we took your contacts and we took my time and we married the two together? Can you then see how you would actually make more income? Bob, 9 out of 10 times, Bob is going to go, oh yeah, that sounds great. That sounds wonderful. Now you're speaking my language. Okay. And so that is one of the ways that, guys, when a person that tells you, hey, I like what you're talking about, I love your program, but you know what? My issue is I just don't have any time. What you have to do is learn how to speak our language. The reason why we don't have time is because we don't have leverage. The beautiful thing about network marketing, multi-level marketing, is it gives you maximum leverage because of the duplication factor, and it gives you residual income, which is both money and time together in the same sentence. And so you want to make sure that you remember to be able to let them know, hey, listen, I know that you don't have any time. I know you don't. I know you're very, very busy. I know you are. But listen, I've got the time. I've got the time. You've got the contacts. Let's put the two together and make both of us a bunch of money. How does that sound? Sounds great. So give me a thumbs up, guys, if that makes sense to you so far on those two things here. I don't want to confuse anybody. All righty, guys. All right. So we're talking about people that say, I'm comfortable. Okay. And what I've done thus far, if you're just now joining us, is I broke it down. I told the truth. $100,000 per year in income, guys, they're still basically broke. Because after taxes, they've got $5,000 net income. And that's if they make $100,000 per year. And by the way, only 5% of the populace, only 5% of people make over $100,000 a year. All right, only 5% of the people make over $100,000 per year. So that means the vast majority of people that you are prospecting, that you are talking to about your product or your opportunity or whatever, the vast majority of them, ladies and gentlemen, they are broke. They need more income, straight up. Okay, they need it. They need it. Okay, and that's why I love this industry, because this industry can provide that. All right. Now, other people that you will run into, as I mentioned again, they may be somewhat comfortable. They may have a little bit of money. Okay, but the reality is they don't have time freedom. And again, the beautiful thing about network marketing, the goal of it is to teach you how to have money and time together in the same sentence. That's what you call lifestyle. Let me give you an example. When you have money and you have time together, both of those together in the same sentence, that's what you call lifestyle. Okay. And so that's true freedom. And so that's what multi-level marketing gives you because of the leverage factor. It gives you the money and the time together, okay? So listen, guys, I wanted to kind of give you just some really quick wisdom tips on how to deal with people that say, I'm comfortable. The bottom line, when people are in that place, you have to understand how to speak their language, okay? A lot of times people have big egos. They don't want you to think that they're desperate or that they're looking for more money. No, I'm comfortable right now. We live really well. I'm pretty comfortable. I'm good. I'm okay. You know, it's just you have to learn how to speak their language, okay? You have to learn how to speak their language. And sometimes a lot of people, when they're coming up the ladder in this industry, sometimes they carry themselves in a very desperate manner. And desperation, it leads to a lot of perspiration, where you're perspiring all the time. You're just sweating all the time. You're sweating bullets. When you're desperate, it's just very hard to do this business. When you're desperate, it just doesn't work. It comes across very nasty and ugly, and people just don't like that energy. They just don't, okay? So what you have to learn to do, and again, we'll teach this, further down the road, you have to learn how to speak people's language, okay? All right? Now, in my opinion, yes, I think all of you that are listening to this, you should have a goal to try and recruit up. You should have a goal to try and recruit up. You should have a goal to try and recruit up. Recruiting up means, yes, you want to go after the people that if they were to get involved with you and your business, they could make the biggest impacts. Let me say that again. You want to go after the people that if, capital I, capital F, if they were to get involved, they could make the hugest differences in your business. So definitely you want to recruit up. You want to go after that person that may make you a little nervous. That person that that they're really strong and they're really, they're successful. That person that has influence. You definitely want to recruit up white collar professionals, business owners. You want to go after them. It's not that blue collar people can't make it. Yes, they can and they will. But you want to put what I call the odds in your favor. You want to put the odds in your favor, okay? As an entrepreneur, there's no such thing as failing. It's all a part of the journey. There's no such thing. Okay, I'm coming right now. That's my barber. I got to get in there. Okay. As an entrepreneur, there's no such thing as failing. There's no such thing. Okay. There is no such thing as failing. That's what we do. We fail our way forward. That's what entrepreneurs do. So if you're going to have some people that are going to tell you no anyway, why don't you put the odds in your favor that when you get a no, you're getting it from someone that can really that can really make a huge impact in your business if they were to have said yes. Okay. So I really want you to understand what I'm talking about here. Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you, because I've given you a nice mouthful this morning, but the last thing I want to talk about before we sign off, and I'll see you tomorrow, is that if you want more training and you want more of these videos and you want more information about what I'm doing and how I'm doing and all this type of stuff, guys, listen, I promise you I have no problem giving it to you. All you got to do is click the link above that says workwithromacio.com. And literally, I'll be go ahead and there's a bunch of series of videos that we will be releasing, and you'll be able to get all this stuff and kind of know what's going on. Again, all you got to do is click the link above, workwithromacio.com, and you can get that. All right. Now, I want to give you one quick assignment, okay, for those of you that are going to take action from what we're talking about. Remember, we told you, we don't want you to show up on this post if all you're looking to do is be entertained. I'm here giving up my time so that I can help you change or improve your life, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to literally write this down. I want you to try and get 20 no's in a row, okay? When you're prospecting, whether you're doing it through text message, whether you're doing it through phone calls or face-to-face, however you're prospecting and recruiting, again, whether you're doing it through text messaging, phone calls, face-to-face, whatever your method of prospecting and recruiting is, I want you to try and get 20 no's in a row. I bet you, You cannot get 20 no's in a row. There's no such thing. I've never lost in 10 years. I've always, well, this thing is hard for me and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, it is going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It is going to be hard because you're afraid of talking to people. We know. But that's part of the journey of an entrepreneur. But I promise you, you can't get 20 no's in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, I love each and every single one of you. If you want to know what I'm doing, want to work with me, want to get more videos, all that stuff, click the link above, workwithromacio.com, and definitely I'll get back to you. You'll get some videos and stuff like that. And ladies and gentlemen, listen, I love every single one of you. Thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow morning again. Tomorrow morning again at 8 a.m. Pacific, whatever time that is in your time zone. But we'll see you right back here on Facebook Live. And I'll be talking about tomorrow the people that say, I'm rich. I'm going to show you how to break into that group. I'm going to show you how to get rich people to really listen to you, to really want to hear you. I can't wait. I can't wait because that's exactly where I was 10 years ago. I'm going to show you how to get the rich guy or the rich gal to listen to you and your business, okay? All right, guys, I love every single one of you. Have a fantastic day, guys. This is the California Kid signing off from the West Coast, baby. Now go out there and get them, baby. Go get them. All right. All right, it's time to go. We got to go. We got to get out of here. We got to go. You got to go. You got to go get them, baby. Go get them. Go give them some love, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.